Is it true that Eli Whitney invented the cotton gin and had the idea stolen from him? You'll find out when one of these three contestants wins the chance to drive home in this brand new Pontiac Fiero GT in just a split second. And now, here's the star of our show, Monty Hall.
Thank you very much. Thank you and welcome, everyone. In answer to the question, yes, it is true that Eli Whitney's idea for the cotton gin was stolen from him before he could secure a patent. And maybe that's why he said, keep your cotton-picking hands away from my gin. Well, he could have said it. Welcome to Split Second, and I hope that you enjoy watching our contestants compete to win cash or a brand new car. And I'd like to meet our players. Sandy, if you will.
Well, Monty, first we have our returning champion, our trendy, Trekkie lady architect who won $1,640 on yesterday's show, Gay Captain. Then a man who's written a sci-fi screenplay where donuts devour people. Meet Richard Klagsbrun. And on your right, an art devotee whose past careers included a stint as a buyer in a scrapyard, Diana Cernick.
Well, we sure got some interesting people here today. We'll find out something about them. Gay, I remember on our last show you told me that you were a Star Trek Trekkie
and
absolutely.
An architect. That's right.
And I said, how do you combine them? And you said something about building Holiday Inns
on Vulcan.
On Vulcan?
I did say that.
Yeah, but you haven't done it since I saw it.
Well, I'm working on it. I may have a few interested clients, so we're working.
Yeah, well, the clients may be the ones that Richard's working with. Did I hear right about donuts devouring human beings?
Well, it's more like sucking the life out of them.
Yeah, no, but I like those pleasant pictures.
It was sort of for the whole family.
Yeah. Yes, fair for the whole family. Well, Richard, we'll find out more about you. And Diana, after our next round, we'll come back and learn something about the scrap metal business. Now, let me tell you how we play our game. As you know, that there are 3 answers to each question, but I want only 1 answer from each of you. Now, if all 3 of you correct, you will receive $10 apiece. If 2 of you correct, it's worth $25 each. If only 1 of you comes up with an answer, it's worth $50. Right? Now, are you ready? We're going to start off with our first question. Get your hands poised on your buzzers. The first person to buzz in is going to be able to answer the question to begin with, but remember that you can't buzz in until the question appears on the screen. Don't be trigger happy. Among the top 10 on the Billboard list in their time are these 3 songs. Pick one and name the singer or singers who made these hit records. Look at the screen. They are Physical, Sincerely, and All Shook Up. Richard.
Physical is Olivia Newton-John.
That is correct. Gay.
Sincerely is my mother.
Your mother sang it to you?
Many, many times.
Wonderful, but no points. Diana.
All Shook Up is Elvis Presley.
Right, 2 of you scoring at $25 each. Richard, Diana? The United States is very slowly making efforts to change over to the metric system. Very slowly. Let's see if you've been paying attention, though. I'll give you 3 different degrees Fahrenheit that you're familiar with. You translate them into centigrade or Celsius degrees. Look at the screen. 32 degrees Fahrenheit, 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit, and 212 degrees Fahrenheit. Translate them into Celsius. Gay is first.
32 degrees Fahrenheit is 0 Celsius.
Correct. Diana?
212 degrees Fahrenheit is...
Too late. That's what it is. And Richard?
212 degrees Fahrenheit is 100 degrees Celsius.
Correct. And 98.6, which is body temperature, is 37 degrees. So we have Gay and Richard scoring, and Diana does not in that round. And we take a look at the scoreboard. Richard has 50. The 2 girls have $25. We've been talking about the Fahrenheit and the metric systems. Let's try this. Here are 3 words in the same field. Pick one and tell me yes or no if it's spelled correctly. The words are Fahrenheit, Celsius, and centigrade. Richard?
Celsius is not spelled correctly.
That is right. That should be at S-I-U-S. So you're right, Gay.
Centigrade is spelled correctly.
Yes, it is. Diana?
Fahrenheit is spelled correctly.
No, there's an H in Fahrenheit, F-A-H-R, and you didn't get that one right. So they score over here on your other side and are pulling away from you, Diana. Let's see if you can make a comeback now. 1986 was another banner year for professional sports. I'll name a sport. You tell me what team won the national championship in that sport? Look at the screen. The sports are football, hockey, and basketball, the Super Bowl, the Stanley Cup, and the NBA playoffs. Gay is first.
The Super Bowl was the Chicago Bears.
That's right, the big bad Bears won it. Hey, Richard.
The Stanley Cup was won by the Montreal Canadiens.
The Canadiens, they won theirs. And Diana, who won the basketball playoffs?
I have no clue.
Well, Larry Bird will be mad at you. It's the Boston Celtics, and again, Gay and Richard score $25 each. And Diana, here's your chance to come back. You know, some very famous songs have come from operas. Here's my list of 3 songs. Pick one, name the opera it's from. Look at the screen. Summertime, the Toreador song in the Anvil chorus. Richard.
Summertime is from Porgy and Bess.
Porgy and Bess. Summertime and the living is easy. Nobody brings in for second or third. There you are, Gay. And what do you want to say?
Toreador song is from Carmen.
That's right. And Diana, do you have anything about the Anvil chorus? Where does it come from? Il Trovatore. All right. Gay and Richard, pulling away from Diana.
I'll catch up.
You'll catch up. You know, you're going to end up in the scrap metal yard is what you're going to end up. All right, now, here we go with Gay, Rich, and Diana competing on television. One of the most popular shows on TV today is Saint Elsewhere. I'll name 3 important characters. You tell me their real names. Look at the screen. Fiscus, Auslander, and Ehrlich. Gay.
Ehrlich is Ed Begley Jr.
Good for you. Richard.
Fiscus is Howie Mandel.
Yes, you're right. And here's Diana.
They keep taking the good ones away from me.
You have to buzz in first to get the good ones.
I can't remember his name. Sorry.
Auslander's Norman Lloyd. Gay and Richard get $25 each. Now, a banana has about 100 calories. I want you to tell me if the following have more or less calories than the banana. Look at the screen. 1 hot dog, 1 baked potato, 4 teaspoons of sugar, and Gay.
I'd say a baked potato has less.
No, a baked potato has more. It has 135 calories
I'm
to
in
100
trouble.
for a banana. You're in trouble.
I'm trouble.
Diana?
4 teaspoons of sugar has less.
That's correct, only 60 calories. And Richard?
And 1 hot dog has more.
It has 170 calories. Richard and Diana score $25 each. Let's take a look at the score. Richard has $175. Gay has $125. Diana has $50. Nicknames is the next category. Napoleon Bonaparte was nicknamed the Little Corporal. I'll give you the nicknames of 3 other national leaders of the past. You give me their names. Look at the screen. The Haitian leader, Papa Doc, the U.S. president who was known as the Rough Rider, the Canadian prime minister known as the Chief, Richard.
The Canadian prime minister known as the Chief was John Diefenbaker.
That is right. Gay.
Papa Doc was Jean-Paul Duvalier.
Well, I'm going to accept that his name wasn't Jean-Paul.
Oh.
And I'm going to ask our production staff whether we accept Duvalier. Yes, we will. Okay. Maybe his middle name was Jean-Paul.
Oh,
see how liberal we are over here. His name actually was Francois.
Oh, no.
But Duvalier, everybody knows. And Diana.
I'm going to take a stab. Was it Teddy Roosevelt?
It is Teddy Roosevelt. That's a very good stab for all 3 of you. Let's take a trip on some famous rivers. All you have to do is name the river that separates these cities and countries. Look at the screen. What separates Buda and Pest, the left bank and the right bank? East France and Germany. Gay is in first again.
The left bank and the right bank in Paris is separated by the Seine River.
That is correct. Richard?
East France and Germany are separated by the...
Too bad. Diana?
East France and Germany by the Rhine.
That is correct. And Budapest is separated by the Danube. Gay and Diana score $25 apiece. The first round is over. At the end of the first round, Richard holds a slim lead of 185 to Gay's 160. Diana is doing a little better now at 85 and is going to have a chance to do much better when we go to the second round for double the stakes. Well, Diana, you intrigued me at the beginning of the show when Sandy said that you worked in a scrap metal yard. Is that what he said?
Yes, that's right. I was an aluminum purchaser.
Oh, well, a purchaser's not bad. Aluminum purchase, that when somebody comes in and you say, I'll give you $5 for the load, is that this kind of stuff you do?
That's right. That's right. Actually, it was one of the jobs that I had when I left teaching, and I was looking for another career. This was a career possibility, but...
Can you imagine going from the classroom to a junkyard? I mean, that... But you have to get real training for that. How do you assess metals and things like that?
I didn't really know what I was doing. I lasted 4 months, and It was a very interesting experience.
Did you make her lose money for the yard?
I think I made money for the yard, but it was not a career path that I chose to continue on.
It wasn't what you'd call a career move, right?
No.
All right, now that we've met all three of our players, we go back into our second round where we double the stakes and a chance for Diana to improve her position in life in this round, too, because she trails the other two players at Richard 185, Gay 160, and Diana 85. Not only are you playing for money here, but you're playing for the advantage going into the final countdown round. That's the round where the winner gets to go for the car. That's the important position you're playing for right now. It's a strategy game and a handicap race at the end. So now you got to get as much money as you can. Are you ready for the second round? Here we go. Double the stakes. It's current events time. Here are three places headlined in recent major events. Pick a place, name the country it's in. Look at the screen. Chernobyl, Reykjavik, and Kabul. Gay.
Chernobyl is in the USSR.
Right, Richard?
Reykjavik is in Iceland.
And Diana?
Kabul, Iran.
Afghanistan. Close on the border, but no cigar. Gay and Richard get $50 each. Now we go into clothing. Clothing styles change day by day, but here are three items of clothing that have been around for years. Pick one, tell me what kind of clothing it is. Look at the screen. We've got the midi, the plus fours, and the cummerbund. Gay?
A cummerbund is a sash worn around the waist.
Correct, Diana.
Midi is like a sailor shirt.
I'll accept that, a sailor shirt or a blouse. Yes. Richard?
Plus fours is a type of pants.
Yeah, you're lucky. You're lucky. Had you been my age, you'd known what plus fours are. They're sort of a knickers. You know what knickers are? Never mind, Richard. The old-timers like me will tell you about it later on. I used to play golf in those things. But pants is acceptable, so all three of you scoring at $20 each. Let's go back to the years 1955 to 1959. My vintage again. Here are three records that were hits during those 5 years. Pick a song, name the singer of that hit record, if you can. Look at the screen. Sing in the Blue, 16 Tons, The Wayward Wind. Gay.
16 tons, I'll say Waylon Jennings.
Wrong. And Diana?
Wayward Wind, Dodie Grant.
Gogi Grant.
Gogi Grant.
I'm going to accept Grant. Because, yes, Richard?
16 tons was 10. Nah.
You almost had it. It was on the tip of your tongue. Tennessee Ernie Ford, but you didn't get it. Well, what do you know? Diana gets the whole $100 all by herself. For being the only one to come up with an answer. And by doing so, you now just trail by a few dollars. Gourmet's attention. Here's a list of three of my favorite dishes. Well, of course, everything is my favorite dish. Pick one and tell me, is it eaten raw or cooked? Look at the screen. Ossobuco, sashimi, steak tartare. Diana?
Steak tartare is raw.
Yes. Gay?
Sashimi is raw.
Yeah, raw fish. And Richard?
Ossobuco is cooked.
That's correct. Each of you get $20. Nobody gets any advantage there. Here are the last names of the stars, and here are the pictures they starred in. But I've left one word out of the title, and that word names an animal. So fill in the missing animal. Here it is with Sellers, The Something That Roared, O'Toole, Something in Winter, and Lemon, Save the Something. Gay is first.
O'Toole is the lion in winter.
Yes, very good picture, wasn't it? Diana?
Save the Tiger, Lemon.
That's right, and he won Academy Award for that. Richard?
The Mouse That Roared.
The Mouse That Roared with Peter Sellers. All three to score $20. A number of professional football teams like to name their team after an animal, like the Chicago Bears we mentioned. Here are three more National Football League teams. You give me their animal names. Look at the screen. Detroit, Denver, and Los Angeles. Gay.
The Los Angeles Rams.
Diana?
Denver...
And Richard?
The Denver Broncos.
Denver Broncos and the Detroit Lions. Gay and Richard get $50 apiece and starting to pull away from Diana again. The headline is July the 4th, 1976. Israeli commando units rescue over 100 hostages at Uganda airport. Give me the answers to these three questions about that incident. Look at the screen. The name of the airport, the country hijacked plane belonged to, and the dictator of Uganda at the time. Gay.
The dictator of Uganda was Idi Amin.
Idi Amin, correct. Richard?
The country hijacked plane belonged to was France.
That's right. They hijacked a French plane. And Diana, can you give me the name of the airport?
Entebbe.
That's correct. All three of you get $20. Millions of hobbyists, both men and women, have taken up needlepoint. So I want you to tell me yes or no if each of these is a needlepoint stitch. Look at the screen. A Bargello, a basket weave, and a petty point. Gay.
Petty point is yes.
No, because there's no such word. The word is petty point. A little fooler in there, Gay. I'm sure you'll love me for it. Diana?
Okay.
Basket weave is not.
No, basket weave is a needlepoint stitch. So two are wrong, and now for Bargello, Richard.
Yes.
And you lucked right in and get the whole $100. You liked that pity point, didn't you? No. I'll introduce you to the writers after the show. Let's go to history. In history and geography classes in school, we all learned the names of the great explorers of the past. Now let's see what we remember. Here are their last names. You give me their first names. Magellan, Drake, and Vespucci. Richard.
Sir Francis Drake.
Sir Francis Drake is correct. Diana.
Can't remember.
Can't remember. Gay?
I can't remember either.
Well, it was Ferdinand Magellan and Amerigo Vespucci, and Richard gets $100 all by himself, has a nice commanding lead right now. Oh, and there is time being up. And not only do you have a lead, Richard, but you have ended up the game with the most